Hey everyone, this week we have a couple of opening auto arts on opposite ends of the spectrum. We have ultimate high-end luxury and ultimate high-end performance. Starting with luxury, we have a Toyota Century, pretty much the most recent one. This is ultimate luxury because in Japan, to represent high-end luxury, it's actually a Toyota. It's not a Lexus because Lexus is really a North American nameplate. It's an invention applied to Toyota. So this is the Toyota Century. And the Toyota Century is their idea of ultimate luxury. You could actually get a V12 in the Century in some years. Not this one. I think by now it was like a V8 hybrid type deal. This is opening composite, which again is a plastic body shell with nice tight lines, body lines that you'd almost associate with resin. You have all the opening details, hood shocks, just have big dog legs, which is nice. You see the nice thick orange cable sets insinuating that yes, this is a hybrid. And luxury in Japan doesn't mean leather. They think of leather as, noisy and squeaky. So for generations now, the Century's actually had cloth seats in the back. So kind of interesting, in North America we associate luxury with leather, pleated leather, quilted leather, things like that, which you don't see in a Toyota Century. Now this would have retailed for about $250. Someone had a pretty reasonable buy it now or best offer on eBay, and I think I wound up offering like $120, I want to say, which was accepted, which $120 at that price, I'm certainly not mad at it. It's a pretty neat piece. Paint work is good. Wheels and tires, good. Now this is not a signature, so this is not numbered. So it's, it's just kind of run-of-the-mill auto art at this price point. Packaging is the composite blue and black non-window box. It's nothing too special. But on the other end, I did get myself this Hennessy Venom. And if you've heard me before, I go on about how special the AutoArt signatures are. Because they were die-cast. This is die-cast metal. And I always say, if you can get a signature for under $200, you should. I don't know if AutoArt will ever do metal body signatures again, so get them while you can. This was on sale 2 weeks ago at pretty much all the German sites. So CK started out with this at 67 euros, and 5 minutes later the price went up, and they kept going up and up and up, which was very annoying, up to 126 euros. So I went to Modellissimo, who also started at 67 euros, and it raised, but I got it at 83 euros, which a little under $100 US. Now, at that price, definitely not mad at it. I mean, I was mad that the price was going up, but for a signature like this, so for the signature, you get things like open grills, you get slightly better paint. Now, this is the Hennessy Venom, which is kind of a weird car. Hennessy is largely known as kind of like a tuning aftermarket company that hops up other cars, and this, if you look closely, is basically a Lotus Exige with a ridiculous stretched wheelbase. They wound up putting some iteration, I don't know if it's homegrown, but a twin-turbo V8. You get that dog hair out of there. The joys of living with currently 3 dogs. You get dog hair and everything. But anyway, so twin-turbo V8 with about a little over 1,200 horsepower. The detail is very good, definitely superior to your typical auto art, especially with this engine detail. So you can see the twin turbos right there. This, I think, for a little while had the record for the highest top speed. It took it away from the Bugatti Veyron. It did, I think, like 260 miles per hour, so it held the record for a little while. The top does come off. Interior detail is good. It's not the easiest to make out here, but interior detail is good. The front clam does not open just like the real car. so there's nothing really to see in there. Wheels and tires are good. These have carbon ceramics, that's why the brake rotors are so dark. Underneath, again, it's all flat for aerodynamics. This is car number 1334. Now, as a signature, you get a few more goodies. So you get the black packaging with the silver lettering. It winds up being like a silver gray styro in there. And then you get a certificate of authenticity. I wish it said how many pieces were in the production run. My guess it's maybe like 5,000 or 6,000. I don't know. It would seem a little more special if it was, you know, numbered in that way. You got a little instruction manual for how to take off the top, how to open up the rear hatch, and you do actually have a working rear spoiler which articulates as well, so that's pretty neat. You have a nice little owner's booklet that explains the car, and most interesting to me, I always like to know the part content. 321 pieces, probably 3 times as much as your typical AutoArt. So that's it for this week. It's nice to actually show you guys opening diecast. You know how rare that's become. So I think I have a couple more of these to show. I still have a lot of resin cars, obviously, but it's nice to show opening diecast. So that's it for this week. Everyone please like and subscribe.